Alright, Nadia. Twitch streamer. I don't know if she's a kick streamer. I know she's on YouTube. There's a lot to be said about Nadia, right? And if you go to any YouTuber that talks about Nadia, the majority of them always talk about her in this very negative, condescending way, as though she deserves all the all the dislike, all the negativity that she rightfully deserves. And it made me think, just like Pokemon, does she deserve all the amount of negative energy that she receives on a daily basis? Because when you stop to think about it, the thing about humans is that we're not perfect, right? But the difference between let's just say the average Joe and somebody like her that puts herself out there, all her mistakes are out there in the world. Now, I'm not going to sit there and try to pretend that she is perfect and that, she's just wholesome and good and stuff like that. There's good and bad with everyone, right? But I want to sit there and talk about some of the controversies and some of the allegations. And let's be very, very, very clear. Allegations that she received over the years and break them down, and let's sit there and really talk about, does she deserve all the negativity for the things that she's been accused of, or do you think that people are just blown out of proportion because they just simply don't like her and they don't like her personality? And it's fine. One of the things I always sit there and say is, go to the streamer that works for you, right? And for every person that doesn't like this person, there's always going to be people that do like them. But let's talk about one of the biggest ones, the doxing incident. Because here's the thing. People are sitting there saying that she should have been blocked longer on Twitch, that she should have been banned on Twitch for the alleged doxing. And I'm going to sit there and call it alleged doxing. The reason why I'm calling it alleged doxing is because in reality, when you stop to think about it, what is doxing, right? Let's think about the incident, what she did. Somebody sent her a donation, a very negative, trolling, mean-spirited hate comment towards her. And here's the thing. People sit there and act like when we out there reading these comments or we get these messages and things of that nature, like we're not human. Like we're not supposed to sit there and have some sort of reaction. We're just supposed to sit there and just take it because we're public figures. Listen, I hate to sit there and really break it down to you or really shock you or anything like that, but we're human beings, okay? We're going to react in negative ways. And granted, I'm not just saying that's always right, but to sit there and expect that people just sit there and take all the negative, nasty, mean-spirited comments and not get upset and not react, you're an idiot if you honestly think that. Regardless if you're a public figure or if you're a regular person on the street or if you're sitting there working at a convenience store or you're doing retail, people are going to sit there and react in a certain way. You can't just sit there and say things and do things to someone and not expect them to react. And what she wound up saying, right? She put out this person's first and last name. But is that really doxing? Because let's stop and think about this for a hot minute. When I'm streaming, when other people are sitting there streaming, and we read a comment, what is the first thing we generally do? We read their name, right? We read their names. And yeah, some people in the comment section, they come up with usernames. But there's people that come up and they actually have their real names. So when I'm sitting there reading a comment, the first thing I do is sit there and address them. Like, so-and-so says X, Y, and Z. Now I just read out this person's real name. Is that doxing? No. I'm simply reading out a message that they sent. Every streamer does that. Every streamer that sits there and responds to a comment, one of the things that they do is they address them by their name. That's what I was always taught when I first started streaming, and that's what I see other people doing. So that's not really doxing. Now, I was watching a video, and basically somebody was like, well, they could sit there and find the information and stuff like that. And I'm just like, okay, well, technically you could sit there and do that with anyone. So it's not really doxing. And this is why I agree with her when she's like, I didn't actually put out this person's first name, their last name, their public address, or anything like that. All she did was say this person's name. That's it. And honestly, tell you the truth, if you didn't want your name to be sent out like that, then you shouldn't have sat there and sent her a donation with a nasty and rude comment. But we're going to sit there and try to act like that is the poor person. Get the F out of here. I'm sorry, but in all reality, she didn't actually dox anyone, and let's not sit there and try to act like this person's a victim. What else? The cheating. The alleged cheating. Here's the thing about games. Games have glitches. They're not perfect, right? And there's times where some people sit there and catch onto a glitch and use it. I'll give you an example. One of my favorite 2D fighting games, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I still like that one better than, well, all the other ones that went after it. Has a glitch. You can only block in the air one time, right? So you block in the air, and then they attack you. You can't do anything. You're pretty much a sitting duck, right? Playing against my friend, he knows that he kept using it. That's not cheating. That's literally catching on to something that's actually in the game. Now, people sit there and say that she uses software, this, that, and the third, yada, yada, yada. But the thing is, there's no proof. There's no proof. And every person that sits there and tries to analyze her gameplay can't sit there and say for definitive that it's actually cheating. But yet people will sit there and run with it. You have YouTubers that will sit there and say, oh, she's 100% cheating, right? And then the audience that sits there and watch these videos, the first thing that they do, because they already don't like this person, right? So they don't like this person. This YouTuber says that this person's bad and they're doing something. And what do? They believe them because they already don't like this person. So when they found that this person is allegedly doing something, it's not allegedly in their minds. They're actually cheating. And that's the thing. No one with 100% accuracy can ever prove that she's cheating. Now, does it look good that she's good in one way, but when she goes to tournaments, she's not as good? Yeah, I can sit there and see that that's kind of sus. But here's the thing about tournaments. When you're playing a game, there's pressure. Okay, there's an immense amount of pressure. I can sit there, go back again, play Marvel vs. Capcom 2, be fired. Now I gotta sit there and do that on 20 or 100 something people. That's gonna sit there and rattle me a little bit. Okay, that's definitely gonna sit there and rattle me. Now, are people gonna sit there and say that I cheated? Who knows? But I do understand the implications of you're good one way, but you're not good the other way when you sit there and go to a tournament. But there's a lot of different factors that can go into that. So there's no 100% proof that she's actually cheating. And what did she wind up doing? She took that negativity and she's like, you know what? Cool. You're going to sit there and constantly every single day sit there and say I'm cheating. I'm going to sit there and troll with y'all. I'm going to sit there and be like, yeah, I'm cheating, da 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 da. Because what's the alternative? What's the alternative? Sit there and be upset and just have it built up and not say anything? It doesn't matter what she does. Everything that she does, she's in the wrong. If she sits there and tries to defend herself, she's in the wrong. If she sits there and decides to call somebody a name back or whatever, she's wrong. If she goes along with the joke, she's wrong. It doesn't matter what she does, she's always in the wrong because that's just how it is. And you sit there and you talk about this Call of Duty tournament, right? That she's not invited to. She says that she's blacklisted. Here's the thing about that. I understand because what they should have did was should have actually gave her a reason of why she can't go. Because then it leads to speculation. Then she sits there and says, Well, she can't go because she poses bikini pics. But then there's other people that have been going that have showed their bare ass and their chests and stuff like that. Let's not sit there and try to pretend that there's not a double standard. There's always double standards, okay? I can sit there and make this video with my shirt off. A woman sits there and make this shirt on, make this video with a bikini or a bra. Her video is getting deleted. Her video is going to get deleted, it's going to get strike, whatever. There is a double standard. Let's not sit there and try to act like double standards do not exist. I'm not sitting there saying that in this particular incident, but when you don't sit there and give a valid and actual reason, then people are going to sit there and make up their own conclusions. So we can't even sit there and say that she's actually wrong for that because they didn't actually give her a reason. Now I do understand the bad PR. I do understand the bad PR. If they don't want to sit there and go because of bad PR, then they should just sit there and say so. Because that's something that I can understand. Regardless, if you think that she deserves the PR that she's getting, it's still bad. So if they said something like that, I would understand that. The problem is that they don't sit there and make the rules clear. So if they said it was bad PR and another streamer got invited and they were controversial, there was controversy and stuff like that, then it still wouldn't be fair. In all reality, it's pretty messed up. And I wish you wouldn't sit there and take it so seriously and be like, you know what, screw it. You don't want me there? Fine. I'm good. I have other things I could sit there and do. Screw y'all. That's what I wish she would have wound up doing. And this level of negativity has been so bad that at one point, I'm pretty sure she wound up getting swatted. I think August 11, 2020, 2022. She wound up getting swatted. This is how bad that she has got, this is how bad that her situation has gotten. And yet people cannot be bothered to have an ounce of sympathy for this woman. Again, I'm not saying that she's perfect. And yeah, maybe her personality could sit there and rub some people the wrong way. Cool, I get that. Now, every streamer you're going to sit there and like, and some people are going to like more than others. But the fact that she literally got doxxed, I mean, she got swatted and stuff like that, and people were just like, well, damn, maybe we should sit there and just lay off her a bit. Nope, let's sit there and make a bunch of videos, a bunch of negativity videos about her. Like, this is utterly insane. I think that people forget that streamers and YouTubers are still people. And I give her props in a lot of ways. I give her props double time because she does sit there and play video games and stuff like that. And it's a lot harder for a woman to sit there and kind of rise up in the ranks when it comes towards gaming. I also give her a props for Smith there being successful at this whole YouTuber streaming stuff because it is not an easy thing to do. Okay, so she does OF. So what? It's her body. She can sit there and do OF content if she wants. I don't understand why people have so much of an issue with a woman that wants to sit there and do OF. She's a hot girl. Why the hell not? Why not? Now, yeah, some clips. I know there was one clip that she did where she was in a hot tub and she did this whole gross thing that I would rather not sit there and think about, but she wound up doing it, and it was obviously a prank. And she put out the clip. Probably wasn't the smartest thing to do because you're putting out a clip without actual context, but and then people will sit there and look at her the wrong way, right? So I get that. My point is that no one's perfect, right? We do stupid stuff sometimes. Regardless if we're streaming, if we're just everyday people, we do stupid stuff. And I'm not sitting there saying that people need to sit there and go and I'm not here necessarily to change people's minds and perspectives. I just want people to understand that at the end of the day, that she's still human, right? And I don't think that she deserves this overwhelming level of hate that she's gotten. Hell, I saw a video on Instagram. She was doing a live stream. Some guy decides to, will sit there and say, use the bathroom. And she gets pissed off. She's like, yo, listen, what the hell are you doing? You sitting there trying to get me banned? What the hell is the matter with you? First of all, that's just gross in general. Okay? That's just, regardless if she was actually live streaming or not, that's just nasty. And you know what the people that I actually said who clearly didn't like her? Well, he can do whatever he wants. It's a free country. Are you serious? You hate this girl that much that you're giving this guy who is doing this in public an effing pass because you don't like her that much? And of course, they say things like, well, she doesn't have a real job and this, that, and the third. Guess what? She makes real money. She makes real money. So for you to sit there and say she doesn't have a real job is absolutely asinine to me. And granted, that goes for any person that does streaming. Now, I'm not going to sit there and try to act like, some people sit there and say that streaming, is a career, right? I wouldn't go that far. But it definitely is a job, and not everyone can sit there and do it. She's doing something that she loves. And she's clearly good at it because she wouldn't have garnered the amount of people that she got if she wasn't good at it. And I think a lot of times, a lot of people, they get envious and they get jealous. They get jealous because they see somebody doing something that they like, that they don't consider a job. They don't consider it, when you do something that you love, you really don't consider it a job. Yes, it's work, but you don't consider it a job because you generally love doing it. And I think a lot of times, and not just her, but just streamers in general, YouTubers, entertainers, or whatever, they get angry, they get bitter, and they get jealous. They try to down what you're doing because they're not out there living that life. They gotta sit there and go to their crappy job. They gotta go to their job, or they gotta go to their job that they have to do, but they don't necessarily like. They would rather be doing something else. They would rather be sitting there doing something that actually gives them a smile on their face. But for reasons, good or bad, they can't do that. So what do when they see somebody like Nadia? They all sorts of names, they dox her, they swat her, they make videos about her, and then people go on there and they watch those videos and are like, yeah, you really got her. I remember I did a video about Pokemon years ago, and I didn't sit there and give the same spiel that every other person that watch that look at Pokemon in a negative way. You know what somebody said to my video? That was a bad take. How the hell was that a bad take? That was literally just my opinion. What this person really meant to say was, I'm upset with you because you didn't do a video the way that I feel about her, the negative way that I feel about her. So I don't like it. Because that's what it really comes down to, right? You talk about these streamers, these kick streamers, TikTokers, or whatever. Negativity sells, right? And a lot of times for some people, it's a gray area. There are some, don't get me wrong, there are some people that are just absolute effing scum of the universe, and they rightfully deserve to be called out. Is Nadia one of those people? No. But at the end of the day, I think that she's just human. I feel like that's pretty much about it. I can't think of anything else. But if I missed anything, or if anything new comes up, I may sit there and make a part two. Let me know. What did I miss in this video? What is it that bothers you about her? Better yet, I give you a challenge. What is it that you actually like about her? Because it's very easy to sit there and go to any video, find out anything from any person about something that you don't like, something that you didn't know and now you don't like. But if you watched her, you know about her, or anything like that, tell me some stuff that you actually like about her. That's the challenge. Also, if you can share this video, that would definitely help. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go. I'll see you in the next video.